when you punch it, it's really loud.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, the exhaust exits right under you.
You might remember a Magnuson Supercharged and Nitro re-geared Tacoma that came across our channel a few months ago that we were dubbing a sleeper. Fast forward to today, and this Tacoma is anything but that. Let's dive in and show you what's become of this truck since you last saw it.
I'm Joe Detry. This is my 2022 Tacoma. Been waiting a little over a year for all the parts to get it modified, and here we are finally with my fully finished as any overland vehicle is going to be, long travel Tacoma. Had a 2011 FJ that I modified. I ended up selling that in about 2016, 2017. Regretted that decision for a long time. I selected the Tacoma platform for a number of reasons. One, I really like having a pickup in general. It's really nice to have a truck-sized backpack, especially with a family, and you can get this thing to the point where it will go pretty much anywhere you could possibly want it to go. My FJ took a ton of punishment, went through everything I could put it through, and I expect the exact same out of this platform.
Hey everybody, as you can see it's a little windy, but I'm in the truck with other Joe in his Tacoma that we built out at our PA location. How are you enjoying the truck so far, Joe?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah? Having a good time?
Yeah, it's perfect for this.
Out on the beaches of North Carolina, Joe joined us for our first multi-day off-grid trip with Ridgeback Guide Service. This trip provided a vehicle recovery course and the opportunity for Joe to see his long-traveled Tacoma shine in the flowing dunes and deep sand that North Carolina had to offer.
There's some changes that I can make that would make this rock crawl substantially better, and vice versa. I think there's some changes I can make to this that would make it handle trails like at speed a little bit better.
Yeah, it just wants to go. You know what I mean? Like this is what this thing was built for.
Yeah.
The goal here was really to kind of balance both and be able to do either or and have a really good time.
This kit from JD Fabrication required intrusive cutting and welding to both of the front and rear suspension components of the truck. This new suspension bracketry, including the King shocks, would now result in over a foot of travel from the front and rear. We reached the point of no return when the body saw came out in order to provide clearance for the new suspension and wheel and tire setup.
I selected this truck over some sort of like van camper style primarily because of where it can get me. I selected the iCamper because it gives you a ton of room in a very compact space. It happens to be pretty light, which with the spring underkit was super important. But for me, it's getting as close to the things that I want to go and do, and then like taking a bike or hiking or whatever, right? To go that last 5% of your trip. You don't realize how capable these vehicles are until you get them like way off-road, and like I think that's half the fun, is actually getting to wherever your destination is. Now that I have another about 2,000 miles on the full build, I think the thing that still consistently surprises me is how planted the vehicle feels in every scenario. Whatever you're doing, wherever you're going, it has a ton of positive control. The truck feels like it's going to go exactly where I want it to go. It just eats up everything.
I was told if you stay in the dunes, there's actually some pretty gnarly off-camber stuff, so it might be worth just staying on this all the way out to the point. Yeah, like we're going 25, we're not going over the speed limit, but we're not really slowing down over sections where you probably should go slower than 25.
Right.
Because that's what's fun.
Right.
I do daily drive this now, but also really being able to hit any type of terrain, right? So the East Coast has a lot more tight, technical, rocky terrain. I want to get this out west, certainly some more open areas where I can actually like really drive the bypasses and some other things. Went to MLO originally with my FJ Cruiser, and it was luck. I found Pete at the time. I was working through him. He had a FJ as well, and that sort of cemented my relationship. It started with a body mount shop. And when I came back around and was doing the build for this truck, I knew that the build was going to be extensive. How did I end up this? I don't know how I ended up this crazy. A lot of it I did not feel comfortable doing myself, you know, with the lower pivot kit and other things that we did from JD Fab. Certainly not. That's professionals welding, not Joe in his garage welding. I've always had an excellent experience, both the craftsmanship and the work, so it was a logical conclusion to bring this truck to Mainline Overland.